you know, from the G's. And I didn't have a bruise on me. I had a couple of places on my neck where the straps grabbed me and deals like that. But after the car got through bouncing around and everything got all sorted out, well, I was able to get out of the thing, and I slinged off next Tuesday. And looking back, thinking about doing away with a nice race car, but all that does is puts a little more self-confidence in Neil Bonnet in the type race car he's sitting in right now.
He certainly exudes self-confidence out here right now. And Richard Petty exuding smoke from his back wheels. Neil Bonnet drops down, trying to break the draft to Richard Petty, but without much luck, Richard's still right there behind him. 4 laps to go. This is the one track where Richard Petty has never won. He's led many races here. He's been around in the last 10 or 15 laps, but then the car failed. We asked him if those last 10 or 15 laps were a jinx. This is what he told us.
It must be. I have a lot of trouble with them, and they're not really that hard. This is a very easy racetrack to drive. It's real aggravating because a lot of times you can't keep the car doing exactly like what you want. You run 200 laps and run a different place all 200 times. So from that standpoint, you've got to really be on your toes. But it's the kind of a racetrack that gets slicker and slicker, and the groove moves out, and just whoever's handling the business in the race.
Richard Petty handling very well, moves in on car number 5, Neil Bonnet. The youngster against the veteran. The battle of the ages coming out of turn number 4 into the main straightaway. Neil Bonnet holding on, trying to win his first super speedway victory. For Richard Petty, they're in the hundreds. 3 laps left in this LA Times Charity 500 direct from the on-field speedway. Richard Petty closing ground in turn 1, David. He moves in, can't get through in that short chute. Let's see what he'll do on the backstretch this time.
Gets incredibly close to the wall on the short chute, with both of them running really low in the groove.
That 21 car, Pearson, remember, is a lap down. Running in 3rd is Buddy Baker, and in 4th is car number 11, Cale Yarborough. Less than 3 laps to go. Yarborough is making his move. He drops to the inside, tries Baker, and Baker runs away from him. Up into turn number 3, and here is a battle for the lead. Richard Petty closing up on Neil Bonnet. Bonnet's lead evaporates. Here's Petty getting a good low bite out of that corner. Down they come with 2 laps to go. Bonnet still in front. Now, is Petty just playing it close to the vest, or is he running all out, David?
Well, he's playing it very, very close now. They've only got 2 laps to go, and he's got to make his move very, very soon.
Well, he sets people up. He's famous for it. 2 laps remaining in this $160,000+ event. And down to the inside, Cale Yarborough takes over in 3rd. He moves beneath Buddy Baker as they went into turn 1.
So it looks like the car number 11 is going to do 30 out of 30. 30 races completed out of 30 starts. A magnificent effort on behalf of Junior Johnson, Herb Nabb, and of course the man behind the wheel, Cale Yarborough.
Neil Bonnet with the lead. Can he possibly pull it off? Here's Richard Petty, about 3 car lengths behind as they streak down the back straightaway. And car number 11, Cale Yarborough, putting a lap, still another lap on car number 21, David Pearson, a major adversary of his for many, many years. Out of turn 4, coming down into the main straightaway, it will be Neil Bonnet out in front. Richard Petty is in 2nd. Well, this is going to be it. This will be the final lap of the final race of the 1977 season. There's the white flag. Young Neil Bonnet is in front. The last lap, 2.5 miles to go. Richard Petty goes very high as they go into turn number 1. Bonnet drops right down on the yellow line, pulls out, and he pulls out a lead. Neil Bonnet walking away from Richard Petty as they go to turn 2.
Using all the racetrack, right down to the bottom of the track and right up to the wall on the exit of the corner. Both these drivers straining.
Talk about strain. Look at this. David Pearson drop kicking at 160, 70, up to 180 miles per hour. Buddy Baker's automobile down the back straightaway.
That is the ultimate drop.
Field moving down into turn 3, and there are the 2. That's Neil Bonnet on the left, Richard Petty on the right, ready to go at it for the finish line here. They're coming down into turn number 4. Richard Petty is making his move. He's up on the outside. Coming down for the finish this time. Smoldering the tires. Petty coming to the line. He couldn't get through. Bonnet holds him off. Checkered flag is out. Neil Bonnet wins his first super speedway race ever.
And what a win on one of the most difficult tracks to beat the master tactician Richard Petty like that was just incredible. And to cap it all, Cale Yarborough nearly took 2nd spot away from Petty.
In replay, there's Here's Bonnet across the line. Richard Petty finishing in second. That's how close they were. A car length and a half apart at the end of 500 miles. Bonnet coming into the victory circle, having averaged 129 miles an hour for the 500-mile distance. That's not a record. That mark still belonging to Buddy Baker in 1975. 10 drivers shared the lead today. That is a new record, and they swapped the lead 33 times this afternoon. Let's go to Brock Yates in Victory Lane with Neil Bonnet.
Neil, to have your first Super Speedway win here in 1977.
Well, all I can do is tell Harry Hyde, Jim Stacy, and all the guys worked on the crew. You know, we got down, we had a flat, came back, and I especially want to thank Randy Dorton. He's back home in North Carolina. Boy builds my motors. Motor ran super all day, and the boys did a heck of a job.
You had everybody a little bit thrilled when Richard got past you with about 4 laps left.
I don't know. I was pretty hungry for that win, and you know, I didn't know what I could do other than just go on down in the corner and try to win the race. And, you know, it was kind of a dangerous move to make, but the car was good enough to do it.
You had cut a tire, but otherwise you didn't have much problems all day.
No, all day they got me in and out of pits great. You know, when Richard passed me, just as he passed me going in pretty early in the race, I blew the right front out and was lucky enough to get it stopped in time to come down pit road. But, boy, it's just been one heck of a day, and I want to thank Jim Stacy and Harry Hyde and all the boys.
Neil Bonnet, congratulations. A terrific afternoon. I know that you're looking forward to 1978 even more than ever now.
Yes, sir. You know, this team's been on the verge of going. I think we're opening the door a little bit.
Way to go. That's it from Neil Bonnet here in Victory Lane, Stan. A terrific effort.
A dramatic conclusion to a great season as Neil Bonnet of Hueytown, Alabama, wins here in the Times 500. And for the Upper Boddington Flash, David Aubs, your thoughts as this youngster beats the veteran?
Well, that's it. The young bloods of NASCAR are up. Darrell Waltrip's had a lot of wins this year, and Neil Bonnet had a brilliant win today. Not only did he win on the track, but his master tactician, Harry Hyde, helped him to win in the pits. And with the money that Jim Stacey's putting into the team, next year could well be Neil Bonnet's year. And today was a very good example of how well he can drive. It's a difficult track to drive on. He just did everything you could ask for.
Well, that completes our 1977 auto racing coverage here on CBS. Our thanks to Brock Yates and to David Hobbs. And incidentally, David, good luck tomorrow on winning your 5th race when you go down on this Thanksgiving weekend to Daytona Beach and try to bring one home in sports car racing.
Well, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow very much. And if we do win, I shall definitely give thanks.
Thank you. Everybody at CBS wishes you their very best. For Brock Yates and David Hobbs, I'm Ken Squire here in California's Ontario Motor Speedway, where Neil Bonnet has won.